UFC 316 took place this past weekend, and I want to give my thoughts on the main card overall.
Kaya Sakura versus Tim Elliott. Now, a lot of people were picking Kai, myself included. It's kinda silly how all of us forgot how manhandled he was on the ground by Pantoja. Now, it's Pantoja, the current pound for pound number one fighter in my books. We all love Pantoja here. But Asakura looked as helpless as a fish out of water in the ground with Pantoja. And then with Tim Elliott, dude, this really is a prime example of how promotions outside the UFC, the fighters ain't got shit with the fighters in the UFC. We've seen it with Mighty Mouse dominating in 1FC, Michael Chandler getting fraud checked 4 fucking times, and in another instance we'll talk about in just a bit. Asakura was actually doing fine on the feet, and then he got taken down. It's, yeah, like I said earlier, fish out of water. Tried to get up too fast, got caught in the guillotine. But at the end of the day, drift from Fortnite losing does kind of suck. Don't get me wrong, I definitely don't want to see Mr. Everything is Awesome fight for the belt again. But this makes Pantoja's defense over and feel like jack shit. Drift is on a 2-fight losing skit right now. Which means I know people will look at his defense and start questioning Pantoja's title run. Drift has gone like 5-0 in the UFC since. Or some shit like that. But regardless, Pantoja is the GOAT. And if Kaya Sakura loses his next outing, just trade him for Muhammad Makayev. Whatever his name, whatever the kid's name is, okay? Simple as that. Jared Cannonier versus MVP. I like the way a lot of other people explained this already. So I'm just going to give this a rating. 8 out of 10 for MVP. Love to striking. He's a top 5 striker in the modern era, period. And I don't think anyone in the middleweight division can outstrike MVP. Now, just because he's a top 5 striker, he does not win the belt, okay? His takedown defense, I mean, if Gary's taking you down, like, who knows what the fuck Hamzat's gonna do to you. Also, the ton of other people in the division probably take down MVP as well. But yeah, great masterclass from him. Jeffrey Dahmer versus CP. For my viewers who don't know, CP are his initials. I know, crazy, right? Protest for the most part was schooling Jeff Neal on the feet once he got comfortable, He was going into that flow state, absolutely piecing up until that final. The knees, the kicks, the reach. Bro is like a modern day Anderson Silva, and honestly, just work on your takedown defense. You are in title contention, my guy. CP, I was impressed by your performance. Jeff Neal, I don't know. You're probably going to whoop your next opponent's ass, though, since you're not that high in the rankings. Lerone Smurf versus Aaron Pico. Now, I wanted Pico to get knocked out and beaten so badly when this fight came on. But I knew deeply, that it just wasn't going to happen. For fuck's sakes, you got the youngest prospect in MMA history that has not had a real finish since the 80s. I knew he wasn't going to do anything besides piece up Pico at range for 15 minutes and then just... Oh, god damn! Congrats to Lerone Murphy, though. Adjusted to Pico's stanky ass trying to harass him and caught him with a prime sexual chocolate spinning elbow. Good shit, Murphy. And Pico, just retire, bro. I can smell your goddamn Axe body spray through the screen. Motherfucker really thought he was gonna challenge Volk.
He is an all-American wrestler, but I'll tell you right now, what's the bet if we were to wrestle? I'd embarrass him there anyway. It excites me because I reckon I'd crumble him in the wrestling department.
The main event, which wasn't so main or grand in the slightest. Now, I am salty that Hamzat won. Yes, I am. But I usually put my biases aside when reviewing fights and giving praises to other fighters. I did it with Taporia when he beat Max. So I was going in thinking no matter who wins, it's going to be a good fight. It was a one-sided domination from Kamshot. I know you might be thinking, if it was a domination, why are you complaining then? Why are you still salty? Now, normally dominating performances are really fun to see, especially in MMA. Volk versus Zaire, Pantoja versus KKK, and Marab versus O'Malley too, as more recent examples. But this fight, now, I'm not saying that Hamzat didn't dominate. He did. In my opinion, he won all 5 rounds. Most people would give the 5th to DDP. I think Hamzat won all 5. But this fight was so freaking boring, man. Besides the fact that I had to watch this at midnight because Dana White's a cunt, this fight was Hamzat taking down Dukas Flukas within the first minute of every round, and Drakus just couldn't get up. And this wasn't even the dominant fashion style that Hamzat is known for. He was a finisher. And he was hugging and humping Drakus the whole time, like your average Discord mod in their body pillow. God damn, bro, why couldn't you even beat him up on the ground? The fuck was this? And to make matters worse, the defending champion kept getting into the exact same position every round and couldn't defend one takedown for his life. Like, Hamza was even slowing down a little. Just slightly, not a major, but slightly. And you still couldn't defend Buckley! And it does not help that Drakus was over here before the fight. You know, I might even take him down as well. Look, I'ma just play the clip, okay?
And yes, he is probably going to take me down. But I'm going to shoot too, and I'm probably going to take him down.
And bro took him down once. Once! Honestly, I don't know why Drakus didn't shoot first in the 3rd round. Like, bro, you want to be the one trying to pressure and gas Hamzat out. That's what Burns... not so much Usman, but that's what Burns was doing. But what pisses me off the most is the fact that Hamzat has the belt. Now, I'm not saying Hamzat's a boring fighter or anything. He has a really fun fight style. But he never fights. The dude is barely active. I would not be surprised if he pulled out of his first title defense and an interim belt had to be put in place. I'm worried for the division because, god damn it, as good as the contenders are, other than like 2 of them, I don't think anyone has a chance against Hamzat. It also sucks for the fans. Not just because Hamzat might pull out of a lot of fights in the near future, but also because the title fight was just bad. And it was boring. Anyone who actually had fun watching this fight after round 1 and round 5 are the exceptions. You're delusional, okay? Yeah, man, I love watching 2 dogs humping for 23 minutes. That's basically what the fucking fight was. I bet Izzy was having a field day watching this shit. And one more thing that sucks is that Drakus could have been the middleweight GOAT. He really could have. If he beat Hamza, I would have put him over Anderson Silva. But now we're stuck listening to recency bias fans yap about how Kamshot is actually top 5 of all time because of this win. I'm done ranting, bro. I'll see you guys in the next one.